What's going on, family? Hopefully, everybody's having a great and exceptional day. All right, so as keeping with my promise of going live on TikTok, we're gonna make the block rock and keep everything hot, and give it all I got, because I can't stop, won't stop until I pop. Anyways, my non-rapping self. Anyways, hopefully everybody's having a great day. It's Wednesday, happy hump day. We're doing it well, and we're doing it and hopefully we don't commit too many sins. All right, so basically, I'm going live today. Transactional society, very transactional society, whether you like it or not, regardless who's in the governor's house, White House, mayor's house. Transaction is going to be happening. People go to work. People pay bills. People, money is a constant revolving being around us. You have a car insurance, maintenance. You get gas, things of that nature. Depending on what state you live in, you might have to pay a personal property tax on the vehicle. It is what it is. All right. Get in a car accident, money's involved. So money's involved in our everyday lives. We live in the smallest town, the busiest suburb, or the busiest city. Money's involved in our everyday lives. You spend it on a regular basis. That was one of the reasons during the pandemic why you had so many major cities people calling for people to come back to work because so many small businesses in the downtown location and big businesses were losing money. You had the local governments losing money because they weren't getting the tax base, because regardless of what state you live in, every state has a sales tax because they need to make money off of people. So with that being said, they need more and more people to come back to work. And then obviously a lot of corporations have to justify even having those commercial buildings. But even in today's world, more and more corporations they're not even leasing or owning commercial buildings. That's why so many commercial buildings are transitioning into apartment buildings, especially given the fact that most of the real estate developers in today's world are more focused on luxury apartments instead of building single family homes, or they'll build townhouses and more condos and things of that nature, because the younger generation aren't having as many kids as the previous generations, number one. Number two, younger generation can't even afford to buy a home. Number three, a lot of the younger generation doesn't even want to own a home because the maintenance fees for owning a home nowadays is much more higher than it has been in a longer time. So all these known and unknown variables take place in regards to the decisions of developers. If you go to any major city, I've been all over this country this year, and in every major city or mid-sized city I've been to, developers are building more luxury apartments than they are single family homes, compared to a couple of years ago where you saw more influx of single family homes, whether they were for rent or for sale. But now, and then of course you have less people having children, so therefore less people. And then, of course, you just have more of a minimalist society. I mean, what's the point if you don't have a bunch of kids? What's the point of having a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house if you don't have that many people living up in the house? Like certain families, especially certain people that immigrate to the United States, they will have, 2 or 3 families living in a house. Somebody owns that house. There's some ownership involved. And then, of course, the families are working together as a corporation, which I always admire, to where they're sharing the bills. When it comes to maintenance, somebody in the house can do the maintenance. They just got to buy the supplies. Everybody has a car, so if somebody's without, they can utilize somebody else's vehicle. They can utilize somebody else's credit. They can utilize somebody else's bank account. Utilization and leverage, once again, as I was talking about my previous live video on Facebook about what does marriage mean to me? And I always say, yeah, when it comes to the spiritual aspects, cool. When it comes to the goals and being supportive of one another, cool. But if there's no talk of economic leverage, then what's the point? I can be broke by myself. You know what I'm saying? That's my mindset, but that's just me personally. Everybody else has their own opinion, is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not even mad at their own opinion. I just say what works for me, and I go from there. Okay, I'm not trying to force anybody to think or believe how I believe. I'm a grown man. You're a grown up. Do what you do. All right. But anyways, but currency is always being exchanged. Currency is on the rise, and the best thing about me having a little bit more time on my hands now is that, number one, I can make some money on the side doing other things like creating content, selling products. People sign up for a stash of acorns if they want to, invest their money into stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, have individual retirement accounts. And then also I can do Grubhub and Uber and all that good stuff on the side. So when I say make money moves a little broke like a fool, I adhere to that. So I speak on it. I stand on it. And I'd be a hypocrite to be around people that aren't about that. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like somebody who's a big time sports fan hanging out with people that aren't big time sports fans. For the most part, it's not going to work. People who are big time gamers usually like to be around other gamers. Like-minded people like to be around like-minded people. So, Why would I want to be around people? And I'm not trying to sound snooty or whatnot. Why would I want to be around people that aren't really like-minded like that? That's just my personal opinion, because I would bore them, they would bore me, and that's just how it would have to be, But keeping currency in your circle has always been on my mind and always been more of an implementation. And like I said, me having more time on my hands, that's what I'm implementing. So, and then of course it's funny because nowadays, you don't hear from people for a long time until they want something from you. And that's happened to me today, certain family members. And that always makes me laugh just because I'm just like, where the heck have you been? And now you need something from me. Now I hear from you. It's like, oh, isn't that wonderful? That's why I said it's like when I put the links out on my social media platforms, please subscribe to my YouTube channels, my Patterson L Properties LLC, Larry's Anything Goes LLC. I'm like, it's free and the strangers can do it, so can you. I put that in a sarcastic way because I'm just like, how come all these strangers that I don't know can subscribe to my YouTube channel? But when it comes to my quote unquote Facebook friends, they see these links that I put out that's for free. It requires 2 clicks. They can't do that. But if I put something stupid out there or controversial out there, they all over it like white on rice. It's an amazing world that we live in. But anyways, I'm going to head to the gym soon. I did my gut put rounds earlier today, handled business. I'm going to go to the gym, do what I got to do. But basically, this is just today is a rant of things that I was thinking about. And usually I'll go live on Facebook or YouTube. But I said, you know what, I'm going to go live on TikTok and talk about it. So either way, hopefully everybody has a great and exceptional day. Happy hump day. I'm sure I'll go live on here again if another mindset comes to me again. But continue to keep good people around you. Continue to bring something to the table. Continue to leverage people. Allow people to leverage you in a great and positive way so that like-minded people can do great things and operate like a corporation so they don't become the next forgotten generation, because we're in the AI race. And as a lot of brilliant scholars and economists have said, in the next 5 years, the world is going to look so much more different to where either you're prepared for it or you're not prepared for it. And when I say prepared for it, I mean financially prepared for it, mentally prepared for it, and stop getting distracted by politics and sports and the media, because that's, at this point, my personal opinion, that's what everything has become a distraction if it's not generating income or making me better or making me healthier. So anyways, on that note, do the great 3 things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves or you get liberal like before. They say in Spanish. Bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life.